This episode of The Totally Rad Show was brought to you by Jack Threads. Coming up, it's the first day of E3, and we've got all the juicy details.
It is not even officially day one of E3.
It's day fun of E3.
We're in pre-E3 press conference day. We had a bunch of press conferences, including two of the big heavyweight console content guys.
Of video games.
Morning started off with Microsoft. We just stepped out of Sony. Both huge events with tons of information. We're going to see how much we can get through today.
And a lot of the games that we saw today, we're actually going to get more in-depth hands-on, so we'll be talking about them more in-depth later on.
We're going to have a new episode from E3 every day this week, so be sure to tune back in to revision3.com or totallyradshow.com to find us. Let's start with Microsoft.
Yes.
This morning, they started off showing some big third-party games, Modern Warfare 3, Tomb Raider.
Yeah, which looks amazing, although all I was seeing was QTEs, which is
it looks heavily influenced by Heavy Rain, doesn't it?
I was just about to say.
Yeah.
Or Resident Evil, because it's a survival horror game now, not an adventure game.
Well, at least that's what they showed so far.
Yeah, and that's what we're assuming is there's going to be.
I remember they said that there's like.
Well, they said that there's the three things: survival, combat, and exploration. Or something.
Right.
I can't remember.
I think it looks really exciting.
Amazing.
I feel like we have it now that Uncharted exists.
Yeah.
It's covered that basis. Now let Tomb Raider can do something else now.
Yeah,
I feel like this and what we saw actually at EA, the Need for Speed game with the running, both of them look like post Heavy Rain.
Yeah.
It's like that game is seeping into design.
I agree.
Yeah.
We also saw Mass Effect 3, and Mass Effect 3 we knew was going to be big, we knew it was going to be huge, but some big surprise.
Mass Effect 3 showed me what I was hoping about the Kinect, which is don't make me stand up on front of my couch and be like, Mass Effect, Mass Effect, Mass Effect. But you have this amazing device that can track what I'm doing, that understands my voice. Let me use that in these A+ games.
Yeah.
Amazing. Commanding, pointing over something and saying the name of the character, go there, name of the character, go there, then highlighting a guy, name of a character, I mean, he was like, Laura, singularity, and she was like, what bang? And I was like, this is what the Kinect...
Truly commanding a team.
Yes, yes.
It's interesting that the voice functionality of the Kinect is really what the hardcore designers seem to be latching onto, at least initially.
Well, I think it's the easiest thing to get your brain around.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But then we also saw, we're not going to talk much about it, but Forza 4, where they have the head tracking stuff.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how well that works.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Dan, what did you think? Because, I mean, you could do that with a headset. Why do we need a Kinect? Is that exciting to you?
Well, one thing, I'm more apt to use it if I'm just impulsively like, just do the thing, you know, because here's the thing that's interesting. They have two implementations of the voice in Mass Effect 3. One is in conversation, where you no longer need to select what conversation you want. You just say, I don't understand, instead of selecting, I don't understand.
But isn't it weird that you say the thing and then he says something else?
I know, I was hoping that it was going to be your voice recorded back out of him, which maybe 20 years.
I don't
anticipate just be saying
penis. I don't understand what you're saying.
I don't anticipate using it that way because it's still quicker for me to just select it than to say it. But I will use the voice to potentially to command people because that is quicker than pause menu, pick person,
I agree with that.
what's the spell. So now I can just say Laura as I'm like shooting. You know, that is.
I agree with both of you guys, and I like the idea of saying the thing. But then when he says it in his own words, it's like, well, that just kind of defeats the purpose of the immersion because I'm not immersed anymore.
Yeah.
Moving on. Obviously, with this Kinect functionality in Mass Effect 3, Kinect was a big part of the Microsoft press conference. We saw Kinect game after Kinect game after Kinect game. We saw Star Wars Kinect. Excited?
No, I mean, it's exactly what I feared
on
it would
rails,
be.
Star
Not only on rails, it was
Star Trek or Star Wars? Star Wars.
Yeah, but it was this. I mean, it wasn't even any art or finesse to the fight.
And he goes lightsaber on.
Yeah, like
which,
that.
What
give
are
me
we?
a break.
What are we? Shogun Warriors
I
now.
know, like, oh, where's this? Oh, it doesn't have a button? Okay, lightsaber on.
And there was
Like, what are you
lag,
doing?
so you're like
Nosebag.
doing this, and then you have to wait for it to
But
happen.
It looked very disappointing.
The thing that I really liked about it was that it seems like Microsoft has really embraced the sort of mod community, because one of the things that's been really big and that you're seeing a lot of really great videos on the web is people who are hacking the Kinect to do amazing things on the PC, and what they decided, sort of like Apple with the App Store,
Yeah.
of going, hey, you guys want it? Let's do it. Let's just bring it so that people can do it on the Xbox.
Yeah,
which
this
is where we get
Fun
that
Labs.
Fun Labs.
Yeah, Fun Labs.
Amazing stuff.
And they showed 3 implementations that are sort of these outside the box ways to use Kinect. And I think for me, coming away from that, that's what got me most excited. It's like, yes, we're gonna let people figure out ways to use this technology that are not exactly our idea of what to use. You know, yes, we're gonna
Which is
have
so
all those
smart.
family games, and they should plenty of them.
Yeah.
Really interesting, Sesame Street, for example, a lot of family stuff, and they have to serve that master.
Yeah.
But these Fun Labs things where you get to create an avatar that looks exactly like you, even
That
wearing your
I'm
clothes.
literally
Just
doing
it scans
today
you.
when I get home.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's out now.
I'm just
People
trying
can play
it.
it.
I'm gonna totally
scans
try it.
you.
It scans you.
This is the thing that we were talking about when they first announced Kinect. Is I don't care about the game implementation. I care about the lifestyle implementation. And I still say I'm excited for when Kinect is in my home, not on my TV or my whatever. I just say lights on, and it's powered by Kinect.
Yeah.
But this is like it's scanning my body. So now if I need a passport photo, probably not. I don't think an avatar is useful for that. But I'm just saying.
Fake 3D rendering of
Your
someone.
passport
Whatever.
photo is wearing a Halo
If I
helmet.
need to show someone my outfit, I can be
You'd be
like,
like, here, look, I was wearing this yesterday.
here's my
Well, it's
avatar.
interesting that you bring
I
up
don't know.
lifestyle. How do you feel about all of the lifestyle implementations? YouTube on the Xbox Live and Bing with voice
So
search.
this is the thing. Everybody was slamming Bing. When everybody said, oh, Bing's on the Xbox, everybody's like, but this
was
is,
step
they're
one.
just using the word Bing to mean search across your Xbox. Because I will tell you, there are times when I want
Not
to
on
see
the,
Kung
on the
Fu
internet
Panda.
or just on your Xbox?
It's mostly on your Xbox, but it's also stuff that you don't know you can get on your Xbox. Which that to me, I mean, Kung Fu Panda 2 came out, we reviewed it. I was like, Heather, you should see it, it's really funny. She hasn't seen Kung Fu Panda 1. So what do? I go to the Xbox and I'm like,
Xbox Bing, Kung Fu Panda, Bing Bong Bing, Bing Bong
Panda.
Bing.
It's true. If I could literally go, Bing, Kung Fu Panda, and then see, here are all the different things. There's a video game that I don't know about. There's little weird anime things that I'm like, oh, okay, interesting. You can rent it.
Is this what
here.
you're talking about? You're excited about this?
The only problem with it is if I have to go Bing, Kung Fu Panda, and it brings up like porn food.
But it didn't do that. It was all stuff, man.
I'm like,
It starts with
oh,
stuff on your
no.
Xbox and then extends out to stuff that you can
I
get.
wish that it wasn't. I say what I would love is because I go to the website Flickr.com and that doesn't do everything I need because this only searches on my Xbox and Hulu Plus. I want to know: is it on Xbox? Is it on PlayStation? Is it on Hulu? Is it on YouTube?
Well, that you'll never
how
get on
can
a
I see?
single
Is it on
console.
Netflix streaming? Like I want to know where.
But we
do
don't
I
know.
see?
It may very well implement Netflix streaming, which I think would be huge. But the other thing we do have to talk about is, first off, fucking Dana White. Dana White, president of UFC, came out.
You got
Not only
excited.
that, boom, you can now watch UFC fights on demand on the Xbox live.
And it's got interesting little functionality.
It's got a little bit of cool nuggets, like as fighters come up, which, I mean, we've watched UFC and we're always like, what did he, I remember seeing, who was he fighting? Now you can literally click on the fighter and it'll go, previous fights, and it'll list the previous fights. I have a feeling you'll be able to go, I'd like to see that fight again for
Probably.
6 cents or whatever.
6 cents.
I mean,
You wish.
Come on, Dana White flew his jet and landed it on the stage.
Or like $12.99.
Yeah.
I think you nailed it with
Yeah.
this one when you said fantasy football is the next logical extension of this.
Absolutely,
Of
and,
course.
and not just fantasy football, but it's like this is everything that when the web TV came out, with that keyboard for your television, everything that it wanted to do, it just wasn't ready yet. And now it's like when all TV becomes this, when all TV is like, because when you're using the controller, yes, I will fill out for fantasy football. You can fill out your pick your teams, and like when you can see. If like the guys
If
you're
the
playing
touchdown, all of
against,
a
if the
sudden you
touchdown
see
got
the
the
thing
points
goes
for the guy,
5
you'll see
points
it.
extra for
and
your
you
guy.
can do live things like on the fly,
I want
call
that.
plays.
Bring that to me. I want
'Cause
that.
When you're
Well, the other
watching
thing-
football, you're
Make
like,
the
oh,
deal
he's
with the
totally going to call an
NFL.
audible or whatever. And you're like, you could like call it.
You could
know?
also like bet
Amazing.
your friends on what's going to happen.
Yeah, and then ranking
Which
your
is,
friends
you
is
can
amazing.
Bet, you can choose the fight, like the
Yeah.
outcome of the fight, how soon, whatever. The other thing I did want to touch on real quick, and then we'll get away from the lifestyle stuff, live TV and DVR capabilities
Well, we
in
don't know
North
how
America.
that's gonna work.
We don't, but the way that they explained it was we are bringing live television, and we're partnering with cable providers in the States. So my hypothesis is if they partner with AT&T Uverse and now I can use my Xbox instead of the AT&T Uverse box, that's what I want. I want to be able to turn on the device and then go, you know what, I'm just gonna hop in this game and play for a little while, and then all of a sudden I'm gonna go, I just want to watch live TV. And I don't have to hit 7 buttons to try to turn shit on.
I love
just
that
move
dream.
over. That dream is a reality. That dream is a reality.
Until we see
We should talk about Sony.
Okay, so hardcore implementations of Kinect.
Yeah.
We saw this Rise game, which is a Roman style, like kicking and punching. I'm assuming you guys aren't excited about.
Yeah.
We also saw Fable.
I'm excited about Fable.
Now tell me why you're excited about Fable Journey.
Because I keep on saying, I was excited about that sorcery one for PlayStation last year that we still haven't seen. Of course, then using the Move, I was less excited about the Move. But I'm excited because it fulfilled what I went into the Harry Potter movies. You know, I love the idea.
Making magic and casting
it's like if I have a series of moves that this means fire, this means ice, this, and then when some guy's coming, I'm like, oh crap, I need to make an ice shield. So, you know, I made the ice shield, and then no, it's fire. And then I got like it's literally like I had. It's like I am Harry Potter. I am Harry Potter. And you know, and a boosh,
some ice shields.
Yeah, ice shield.
But if
ogres out.
If I literally have to be here, I have to use my intellect and like dexterity to pull off a skill. Harry Potter movies don't even feel that. They're just shooting laser magic missiles, you know. So I love the idea that.
Well, first off, magic missile is the go-to.
I could easily not like this.
Guided on rails looks like that.
Yeah, a little bit.
That doesn't bother you.
I mean, not if I'm still using that fun implementation.
I think the thing that you said, and I think it was you, the real big thing about that was the guy starts playing that sitting on a chair.
Yes,
That's
which is
huge.
very important.
Yeah.
Okay, moving on. First of all, just Microsoft, good.
Yeah, it was solid.
Yeah, I thought so.
Nothing mind-blowing, but solid.
Yeah, I agree.
The Gears stuff was kind of cool, but...
Sony, we just walked out of. They started with their big guns as well. Uncharted 3, Resistance 3.
Well, Dan, tell them what you're going to buy right now.
I'm saving my money for a 3D television
I had
now.
the same thought.
Because
I had that same thought.
Uncharted looked more amazing in 3D than Avatar.
But it's not active shutter. It's that passive shutter that I think always looks better. That's a whole different discussion.
But it looked
We don't know yet.
amazing. Yeah. And then they showed Resistance in 3D, and it didn't look good.
No,
And I said, well, I don't need to play
was really
that in 3D.
distracting.
But Uncharted 3 3D, holy crap!
And
maybe made it easier for you to get a 3D TV. Are you interested in the 24-inch, $499 bundle with Resistance 3 glasses?
That's an amazing bundle.
Yeah.
I'm not buying that. My house
bigger
is too
than
big.
24 inches.
Yes, but if I lived in a dorm room, I mean, 100%.
Well,
right.
not only that, the fact that it could do split screen co-op where each of you have the glasses and you're each seeing a different screen on the TV.
Yeah, that's the future.
That is the future. The future is nigh.
That is also
Speaking of the future, I was really impressed with the NBA on Move implementation in NBA 2K13.
Really?
Yes.
Not at all.
No, because it's not for you guys.
Yeah.
But
That's
it's
definitely
really
true.
not. But it really is. The implementation is I'm watching a basketball game and I'm like, dude, shoot it. Oh crap, shoot it. And he shoots it. You use your remote control to tell the man to do the thing you want him to do.
Now that,
and you don't have to do it all the time. It's just when you want. I mean, I think that's kind of amazing and a really kind of clever implementation.
Although, but then what you're doing is, I'm going to go watch a basketball game that only happens in my computer.
Yeah.
I
People
know,
do that.
I don't know, but
People
one
do
guy
it.
could be playing super hardcore, and the other person could just, I don't know. I think it's an interesting idea.
Yeah, one guy playing the computer and you're just every once in a while like, nah, this guy's not defending you, right? Bam, 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 bam. That's kind of fun.
Medieval Moves, which is sort of the sorcery game, kind of what you want. It looks a lot to me like Skyward Sword, which we haven't seen till tomorrow.
It is the same, like, theoretically, I could love it.
Yeah.
But it's just, you know, I thought that when I first saw Move last year, and then when we played it, it wasn't gratifying.
Kinect of the new things has so much more going on
though.
for it.
Sword playing and then pulling out my bow and
and just shiny stars like that, and then bow like that.
Yeah, but it's always that thing of when you watch it, the stars are going up here for no reason, and clearly you're not really in control. That's
we'll get hands on this week, and we'll find out. I think the most exciting announcement for me was the new Sly Cooper.
Awesome.
I'm so excited.
Awesome.
Yeah, super cool.
Oh my God, they didn't really show much, but the fact that we're getting an HD true next gen.
The thing that I want,
we have so many games that were inspired by Sly Cooper, like Infamous 2, and you know, from the same studio.
Right.
Like, I mean, like
It'll
it's
still
so
be
cool about Sly
models.
Cooper was that I was a burglar, and but now it's like I kind of have that for my Prince of Persia and Mass Effect.
I will say the thing
Assassin's Creed.
that was. I didn't get excited by watching what they were showing me. Just the mere fact that they announced what was happening blew my mind, which was the president of CCP coming on and talking about EVE Online and the integration with EVE Online and a separate PlayStation 3 exclusive
Just 514.
title.
Now, what is the integration? He didn't explain it.
He didn't really explain it.
He didn't.
My
It's
mind
a
made up some
first-person
things,
shooter.
and probably
My mind made
Alex's
up some
did, too.
things,
Now,
yeah.
that's a dangerous
We're
trick.
playing an MMO, and
There is an
we're having
MMO.
space battles, and
Yeah.
like they go on Planet 14 has been overrun by whatever. You have to do the space thing now. The little sentence that the guy said about Planet 14 is being
was
overrun by
other people
on
playing,
their console.
But here's the
had a
thing: is if you can connect,
We don't know.
But if you could also connect your, I mean, clearly, all of the people will be playing on the same shard, which is a big, massive supercomputer, which means you may very well be able to marry your accounts so that the things that you do down here, the money that you earn, is applied to you. Able to use it there.
Then tell us all that.
Galaxies.
I just got. I got
Galaxies.
Exactly. I got excited about the concept until it was like a first-person shooter, and then I saw a first-person shooter, and I was like, oh, well.
Yeah, but then they
it's just gonna be
hovered over things, and it was like money
peripherally
that
in the
you-
same universe. We don't know.
We'll see.
We'll see.
Same shard.
Star Trek on PS3.
Very cool.
Look cool. Look cool.
Yeah.
Phaser
It's half-baked.
move thing.
The phaser model shell
Yeah.
for the move is the win of the move.
It looks a lot like Mass Effect to
It looked
me.
very well.
Yeah.
Funny because what came? Did Mass Effect 1 come before because Star Trek
Oh,
had
yeah,
that? He
Mass
had the
Effect
white
1 was
deck
way
that looks like
years.
Mass Effect.
Yeah,
you
yeah,
know,
that
so
was
like
years ago.
they're very similar aesthetics
Yeah.
anyway. Because the modern throwbacks to 70s sci-fi.
Yeah.
The other thing I want to mention real quick is Ken Levine came out from BioShock Infinite and talked about move integration and made a wonderful case for the idea. He said, you know, we're a hardcore company. We make hardcore games. We make games where you do this, you don't do this stuff.
Yeah.
And yet he saw potential in using integration.
Which I want to
I
see
think
what
that's
that
cool.
means.
He didn't
because
say
if
what it does, but
it's one of those. You
yeah.
know what it is? It's Michael Bay using 3D. He said, you know
Yeah.
what? F this 3D stuff, and then he went, well, let me take a look. Well, okay, we could probably do some cool shit. Let's do it. You know what I mean?
So that
And
makes
it's
me
great.
excited. Vita.
Yeah, we have.
So
the,
that is the big news out of Sony.
Yeah.
Vita is the name of the NGP. We knew that was leaked.
I think
And
it's
shockingly, it's going to be $249 for a Wi-Fi version
Now, see,
and $299 for a 3G.
Isn't that like the same price of the 3DS?
Yeah, but the tech in this is
Yeah,
vastly
it's a
outstrips the
console.
3DS.
It's like a PlayStation 3.
Yeah.
In the
I
palm
mean,
of your hand.
they showed numerous titles that were
Drake's
seamless.
looked a lot like it.
Oh, we got to go back in and get hands on too. The OLED screen is tech far outstrips the 3DS, far outstrips anything, even, you know, iPads that are going for $500. I didn't think a
It would
dream
get
of
anywhere
this
close to
price.
that, yeah.
But let's talk about the games that they showed. Obviously, back touchscreen, front touchscreen. What did you think, Mr. Uncharted
Uncharted, yeah.
super fan? What did you think of touch, of you know, all the different implementations they were showing?
I think it's really cool. I think it's super cool.
Drake's on the go.
Doesn't do anything for me. Like, it doesn't get me excited. I don't want to, I'm not dying to play it right
You're
now.
more excited to
I
play
am.
Drake's
I mean, like
3
this,
or Uncharted 3 than-
it's so cool how you just swipe. They said painting the ledges.
Yeah.
You know, you swipe to go in the thing. There's no challenge in that.
No.
Well,
It
there's
made
never
me-
really
It
a
made me
challenge.
realize
There's a
how
little bit
bad
of,
the traversal
yeah,
is in Drake's.
There's a little
You're
bit
not
it's
excited
just
about
the
this
goal.
either?
Not Drake's. I'm excited about the handheld, but not
Which
Drake's.
title did you see that you
I thought
excited?
Ruin was pretty cool.
Ruin is the sort of top-down Diablo-esque
Yeah,
thing that
very
seamless.
Torchlight.
Seamless.
But yeah, that was the thing about saving your games in the cloud. That's where I go, okay, well, this is mind
seamless
boggles.
from the Vita to
You're,
the PS3.
you're playing,
Yeah.
you hit pause, save, goes up to the cloud, you turn it off, turn on your PS3, boom, you're playing the same game right where you
Continue,
left off.
yeah.
You know, I didn't really understand the sort of like challenge other players, but not
Well, it
really
seems like you
fight
have a
them.
layer that they can attack you in at any time, and you have to like take
Well,
out your
that's
thing.
what the
Go,
guy
oh,
said.
crap,
Like,
I'm getting
keep,
attacked.
Yeah, keep it around, and the quicker you respond.
Weird.
I
I
know
like
that stuff is
Nier
whatever.
and how you can be in a game room. You can always hear each other while you're playing things,
Yeah.
and it's
Super
through the
cool.
through
Well,
the
that's-
microphone in the thing, so I
yeah.
don't need to put on a head. Like, that's cool.
The game that got me most excited about the Vita was
Big
Little
Planet.
Big Planet.
Yeah. That is a
Oh
perfect
my
handheld
gosh,
game.
there's so many unique, interesting ways that they're using the touch. That asynchronous thing where you touch your guys to tell them where to move, I hand it to you, touch your guys, tell them where to move, and we watch what happens.
Yeah, I like
Awesome.
that.
We're moving objects, and you want to
Yes.
get
You're
them
moving them
back
from the
front,
back,
So
you
from the
hit the
back,
back.
you push.
Amazing!
Yeah.
And like pulling down a little rubber band and letting it go and having
Yeah.
it go. Oh, that, I want an NGP, or excuse me, a Vita so badly now, and I can afford one. That is the big news. I'm jazzed. I think both of these conferences were really, really great. I know there's a lot of haters online, but both of these companies are serving a really
lot of
wide
crowds,
wide swath of consumers.
Look, we were never supposed to play the Disney adventure game.
Right.
I'm not into that, so.
Okay, Dan was the only one that was supposed to. But I mean, when you see
love
it,
the art
I think your
style
Twitter was perfect, where you said it's not a crap game, it's just not for you.
Right.
Like it wasn't designed for you.
What are you guys coming out of these two conferences? What is the game you most want to play right now?
Oh God, maybe Mass Effect 3 with the Kinect.
Wow.
I can tell you right now, the game, this whole day, Modern Warfare 3 and we didn't talk about Rayman. Those are the only games that I'm like, right now I want to go home and play. Everything else, I can wait.
Oh, we also didn't mention Halo Championship Edition, which I know you're excited about.
Ball sack. Halo, they're redoing the anniversary for
Combat
Halo
Evolved,
CE.
excuse me, yes.
They're redoing all the previous campaign from the original Halo, but not only that, they're giving all the multiplayer maps, high definition upgrades, Xbox Live. I'm so excited to get back.
I saw the Colossus and Ico in 3D. That's also why I'm buying it.
HD and 3D.
I really want to play Uncharted, both of the Uncharted.
Uncharted,
both of them.
Uncharted would be great.
But I also really want to play Sly Cooper. I'm really excited about that game.
Well, we will have tons more stuff coming up tomorrow.
Be sure to tune back in tomorrow. We got a Nintendo press conference and more games and all week long. So stay right here. Totally Rad Show is your source for E3 coverage.
All right, everybody, be sure to stick around for this day in Rad history. But first, we want to thank our sponsors, Jeff Canada.
Oh, we're at E3. The last thing we want to be doing is shopping for clothes.
Hell yeah.
But you do need something to wear when you go to big conferences like E3. That's why there's such a thing as Jack Threads. Jack Threads is an online, members-only shopping club that does all the dirty work of selecting your clothes for you, finding cool things to wear, and it also gives you a discount of up to 80% off. Brands like Kid Robot, The Hundreds, American Apparel, these are cool, hip brands.
Yeah.
They send you an email every day. You peruse that email. You can just buy it while sitting around playing video games like I do. And unfortunately, it is a private club.
That's what I've heard.
So you can't just let anyone into private clubs.
Of course not.
You can only let in TRS viewers. TRS viewers get the sweet, sweet hookup. Go to jackthreads.com/TRS and you become a member right away. And it's free, which is even better.
Amazing. All right, people, we will see you tomorrow from E3.
Check us out tomorrow for more E3 coverage.
Today is June 7th, and on this day in Rad history in 1975, Sony introduces the Betamax video set recorder for sale to the public.
And the first true format wars began.
It's a fascinating story. Well, I don't know, but it definitely was a format wars between Betamax and VHS.
Yep.
VHS ended up winning, even though it had inferior quality, because it could record for long. Betamax only could run 60 minutes.
And way less expensive.
Wasn't there
Betamax was
cheaper,
very expensive.
Wasn't there a speed war on turntable vinyl?
But that wasn't two companies on either side of the war. That was just two options.
Right. Sony was Betamax, JVC was VHS. Also fascinating is there is a Sony versus, I think, Universal Studios or something. That was because it's so fascinating of what's happening now with the internet. But it was, they thought video cassette was illegal because it was infringing on the motion picture business.
That people could record videos off the TV and then keep them forever.
Or just manufacturing. It wasn't Disney really embraced home video. And then it became like acceptable.
Which is funny because they got those Disneys. You know how they were like, we're not doing cardboard boxes. We're doing the clamshell plastic. You could always tell a Disney DVD or Disney VHS versus any other VHS.
Totally.
Also, happy birthday, Prince and McFoley, two of my favorite people.
All right. That was sent to us by @QueenGeorge.